Stoopzz, who has been a big-time WoW player for a long time. He makes really good videos about WoW. He talks about WoW PvP. I think he quits. I think he quit. Stoopzz is a nice guy. I've met this guy in real life. I think he just quit WoW, though. I'm not sure exactly what this is about, but let's go ahead and play the video here. Who? He's a retail PvPer. Let's take a look here. He's like a multi-rank 1 gladiator guy. Let's watch this.
Dude, how did we get...
Let's play.
Dude, how did we get here? When I started this YouTube channel, I had so much love for WoW PvP. And I know a lot of people say WoW is a PvE game, omega lol. And yes, I know WoW is a PvE game nowadays, but to me, it was always just so much more than that. The first time I logged on WoW, I was around 12 years old and my parents had recently split up.
Wow.
We didn't have a lot of money, so we moved into my aunt's house, and all I wanted to do was play games with my friends back home. My friends Ricky and Brandon told me about a game called World of Warcraft, and I begged my mom for about a week straight for the $15 so I could pay that monthly subscription. After a ton of convincing, my mom finally decided to give me the money to play the game. And when I got into the game, the only thing my friends wanted to do was duels, low-level battlegrounds, and world PvP. None of that boring, lame Dragon Slayer Joe shit that everyone likes today. Durotar was packed, world PvP was alive, and everyone was dueling and ganking each other to make a name for themselves on the server. In fact, there used to be these two losers, these Night Elf losers that would gank me 24/7 named Starsky and Hush. Regardless, it was still probably some of the best times of my life.
Okay.
However, as I got older and right as I was leaving for college, my dad ended up passing away, and my mom at the same time had to go in for this crazy heart procedure to get a valve transplant. And all of that news just sent me down this really weird path. I started using a bunch of substances and I stopped playing World of Warcraft. And this whole thing went on for a couple of years until I got in a really bad accident with one of my friends and my mom had to go in for another procedure. I realized at that moment that if I want to be there for my mom, I'm going to have to clean up my act. And in order to do that, the only thing I knew how to do was just play World of Warcraft. So I picked back up the game, and then I realized all of my friends had quit. The game felt extremely different. I had a really difficult time finding people to play with, and everyone just seemed so interested in PvE. And because of this, I was so frustrated that I decided to make a YouTube channel to try to promote PvP and get people excited about PvP so other players would try it. And through that frustration, everything started to turn out all right. I finished my degree in family therapy, I got sober,
Wow.
I made a bunch of new friends,
Wow.
I created this YouTube channel, and then BFA hit, and I noticed a huge shift in how the game was designed.
That's
It
great.
started to feel impossible to maintain an alt. There was a ton of barriers to entry that were created, and the actual gameplay began to suffer. My time spent...
Wait, what does this say? Cedu says, I want to stream and play WoW, but I actually feel so confused on what I want to do. It seriously feels like I have more chores to do than actually playing the game. I legit feel paralyzed by the thought of trying to do it at all. I have a huge mental block right now that I can't get past.
Play began to suffer. My time spent playing the game was filled with chores rather than doing the actual things that I enjoy, the reason I was paying $15 a month in the first place. And it was at this moment that there was a shift in my YouTube and Twitch content. Rather than focusing on promoting PvP, I spent my time creating videos aimed at generating awareness on the issues that I believed were plaguing the game. You know, over time I'd read some comments from viewers telling me to vote with my wallet instead of trying to make videos advocating for change, saying that voting with my wallet was the only way that Blizzard would listen. And to be honest, they were probably right. But the game had meant way more to me than just that.
I don't think Blizzard gives a fuck if you unsub. Like, I don't think they give a fuck. They have so many whales still that they know are never going to quit, that are happy and eager to buy the new mount and buy the new transmog and buy the new whatever the fuck, right? Whatever the fuck they are. If you quit, they're I don't know, dude.
Monthly subscription.
Dude, WoW, let me put it this way. WoW has been losing subs consistently, month by month, for 10 years. WoW has been losing players for 10 years. Their revenue is up. WoW, at this moment, is making more money than ever. That's their recent quarterly earnings profit. They're making more money than ever, and they've been losing players for 10 years. They don't give a fuck, dude. They don't give a fuck.
It represented a huge change in my life, So I still held out hope. I hear people talk about the idea that WoW is doomed, it's impossible to fix, and that the good times are simply a thing of the past. And to be honest, I really can't stand when people say that because in my opinion, fixing World of Warcraft, at least the daily gameplay, is rather simple. When you look at the gameplay model of a typical MMO, you'll find that they often feature several progression paths. Most players have come to expect your initial leveling and class progression, followed by your overall gear progression. This will then lead you into the end game progression, which consists of high-end PvE or PvP content. And although gear is a reward through these end game progression paths, you are also working towards various accomplishments and achievements demonstrating that you've improved over time. Unfortunately, Blizzard...
I think most people that play MMOs don't give a fuck about being good or high-level content. Stoopzz is like a multi-rank 1 player. I think that's his goal. But I think that most people that play MMOs, they don't give a fuck. I think what keeps your average casual player logging in, and most players are average and most players are casual, it's more about the degree to, and this is what makes MMOs different than every other genre, than MOBAs or whatever the fuck. The thing that makes MMOs fun and that appeals to the MMO player base is the degree to which it facilitates social interaction and capacity for you to play with your friends and to interact with other guilds and to immerse yourself in an expansive fantasy universe. It's not about, my class has a 7-button rotation and your class has a 5-button rotation, so I'm a better player than you. Man, no one gives a fuck. People just want to have a fun fantasy world to play in, where they can play with their friends. I'm telling you, that's what most people want. I'm telling you, and that's actually why Classic WoW was such a success. Classic WoW, more than any other version of the game, it's the easiest. It is the lowest skill. Okay, Classic WoW is very low skill, but it is such an immersive, interactive game that fosters and facilitates interplayer interaction and teamwork and rivalries and drama and friendships, and that's what keeps people logging in. It's not... Like, I would always think it's so funny when I'm playing Classic WoW like a year ago, for example, and you have like some guy come in, he's like, man, how can you Classic Andes play Classic WoW? You have a 1-button rotation. Haha, fucking classic retard. Go play retail where you have some real boss mechanics. It's like, yeah, sure, no one's going to argue with that. Yeah, sure, yeah, retail's harder. If you're doing mythic raids or whatever, yeah. 99 parsing in retail is harder than 99 parsing in classic. Big surprise. Classic's more fun. High skill cap does not always equal fun, okay? The reason why more people play classic than retail is because it's more fun. It's not because it's harder. It's not because it's more challenging. It's not because it's more mechanically nuanced. It's because it's more fun. That's it. Like, generally speaking, not for everyone, right? Not for everyone.
Decided to add even more progression paths to the game to satisfy some type of metric or perhaps to revive this missing RPG element of the game. And this was the birth of various borrowed power systems and weekly chores. And you hear players complain about these weekly chores, but they are a result of the added progression systems. Your Heart of Azeroth, your Legendary Cloak, your Renown and Covenant campaigns, etc. It's these added progression systems in which your character's overall power level is locked behind. This means that your endgame experience is now clouded behind your Covenant progression, into your campaign progression, into your Renown progression, into your Soulbind progression, into your Conduit progression. And this exact same chain exists for other mandatory systems in the game and has bled over from previous expansions despite players stating they dislike the fact that player power is locked behind these additional progression paths. Now, if we could kind of just Control-Alt-Delete all of these additional systems and focus more on what the players actually enjoy, the game, in my opinion, would be so much better. More dungeons, more raids, more class changes, more battlegrounds, more cosmetics, customization, and regular...
The thing is, you need good, competent game devs, and you have to pay them, and it takes time to make dungeons and to make raids and to make BGs and to make new arenas and to make new cosmetics. It's easier to make some artificial, superfluous, progression system that's going to be trivialized or just completely nullified 2 patches later. Like, what's easier, Rather than making new raids and new dungeons and new this and that, they're just making fucking hamster wheels, right? Pretty much.
Released
Easier,
content,
cheaper.
which includes all of the previous things mentioned, that would be an expansion I would want to play. I want a deep focus on classes, not on conduits, soulbinds, and legendaries that will disappear after 2 years. Not something that you slap on the cover of a box in hopes to honey dick the random guy who watched a Twitch ad, which, by the way, you guys should check out my Twitch stream, of course, and subscribe to my channel. It's free. You just reach over and click with your little mouse, and it would absolutely make my day. But with that, 80% of my time playing World of Warcraft is spent doing things that I don't enjoy, just so I can spend 20% of my time doing the things that I actually enjoy.
It's not worth it.
And that's wrong. I don't care if it's an MMO. Video games are supposed to be fun, and I'm supposed to want to log in and play every day, not dread the thought of my time playing the game. And for me, it doesn't end there. When I watch the Arena Championships, I'm embarrassed of the actual gameplay. The game is riddled with ridiculous cooldowns and multipliers, as well as various passives that are responsible for these long, drawn-out dampener games and the random one-shots that obliterate you from 80% health.
Ouais. Pour la fin.
And these issues rarely get addressed because they're so focused on balancing all of these systems and borrowed power systems that eventually get removed. And all of this has led me to one question. The reason I started making YouTube videos in the first place. If a new player comes into my stream and asks me, Stoopzz, should I get into WoW PvP? My answer would have to be no. The barrier to entry is way too high. The LFG system is horrible.
I have accepted. Listen, I have accepted the ego death. I have killed my own ego, and I have accepted. You know what? I'm not that much of a PvPer. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just not that into it. And I feel like for a long time, and I feel like this is true for a lot of MMO players, they kind of lie to themselves. And they're lying to themselves saying, yeah, I'm a huge PvP player, when it's like, really, you're not. And you don't have to pretend to be. You don't have to pretend to be a huge PvP guy. I'm not so much a PvP guy. But I'll tell you this, okay? If I was, I would not play WoW. I would go play fucking League of Legends. I'd go play Dota. I'd go play, like, because, and he, even Stoopzz acknowledges it here. The MMOs are not the best, venues for PvP. They're not designed specifically for PvP. PvP is kind of an afterthought, it seems, because there's been 15 years of PvPers screeching, "Ree, this is imbalanced. Ree, this itemization is bad. Ree, the spell's coefficient is bad. Ree." It's like, well, yeah, it's because PvP is an afterthought. It's an afterthought, and that's just the reality. And so, yeah, if all you care about is PvP, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad. So, if I was a big PvP guy, I would just go play another game. I hate to say it, but it's probably true. It's probably true.
At finding potential partners, and the actual gameplay is nowhere near where it can be or should be. How can I make videos about a game that I wouldn't recommend myself? It feels wrong, disingenuous, and for me, that is the saddest part. From where I came from and how I started to where we are today. I tried my absolute best to push for changes that I thought players would appreciate, but you know what? Maybe Blizzard isn't designing the game for players like me anymore. Maybe I'm not their target audience, and that's fine. I think World of Warcraft definitely still has a future. In fact, the other day I saw a job opening being posted for a PvP designer working on World of Warcraft.
Wow.
And a year ago, that would have been my dream job. But over time, I've realized that I enjoy much more working with you guys and the community.
Does it say must be a misogynist? Requirements. No, I don't think it does. Okay.
I've realized that I enjoy much more working with you guys
my bad.
and the
Fucked
community.
up joke. My bad.
There's new administration in charge, and in fact, the
That's fucked
co-president
up. My
was
bad.
in my stream the other day. Seems like a great guy. He's interacting with the community. So again, I think World of Warcraft has a future. But for now, I'm not sure I'll be a part of it. And I know some of you out there look forward to WoW content, so I'll still post broad news related.
Listen, dude. Okay, I'm not gay. But Savix is such a fucking sexy guy. Savix is such a hot fucking guy. Look at him. Look at this. Look at him. Look at Savix. This guy is so fucking hot. How does he do it? I don't know. I don't know how he does it. I wish it was me. See? I wish. I'm Savix now. I'm Savix. I wish. That's my dream. That's my dream someday.
Videos here and there.
I wish.
Chill Blizzard does right by correcting all of the issues that are going on within their workplace and begins making fundamental gameplay changes, I will not consider returning. I want to be on the journey of finding the next MMO or game that will inspire me to make videos. Perhaps it's New World or Final Fantasy, albeit the PvP doesn't look great in those games, I'm still willing to give them a try. Currently, I'm most excited about Lost Ark. It's a game that I've been playing for several weeks now, and the arena and PvP experience has probably been the most fun I've had in years. There's no insane grind to PvP. Everything is equal.
You know one of the best PvP games I have ever played in my entire life? Bloodline Champions. Bloodline Champions, when that game first came out, before it got pay to win, right? Bloodline Champions was so fucking fun. That game was so fucking good when it first came out. Oh, that was my dream. That was my dream PvP game, man. It was so fucking good.
And the combat feels like a game should feel in 2021. It's something that I'm excited to try out, but who knows? Maybe I'll make videos on other games that I think you will all enjoy. I want to keep my options open, but I know there are many players like me that are looking for a game to satisfy that MMO PvP itch, and I want to help them find that. And if it turns out that game doesn't exist, well then, at least I can say I tried. I really want to thank everyone so much who has supported me up until this point. I make videos because I enjoy interacting with you guys. I know a YouTube channel pivot like this, at my size, can be pretty detrimental, and I'm taking a leap here. I know some of you may not be interested in supporting me in reviewing upcoming projects, but I really think I can do a great job at that. So at this point, I simply have two options. I can either continue making WoW videos in hopes to relive memories of the past, or I can follow my heart in creating new ones.
World of Warcraft was my best friend. Fuck. Maybe someday we'll meet again. But
that's Bajira. Holy shit.
This is the end. Treat us better, 'cause we deserve it. Dirt is being thrown from up under the surface, 'cause Blizzard ain't what it seemed. Employees should be paid equally. This ain't a damn fraternity. Now your suit sounds like a GG. World of Warcraft was my best friend.
Feels bad.